Hey guys, how's everyone doing? I hope well. Latest purchase, I picked this up a couple weeks ago. Surprisingly, the way the mail of this thing actually showed up in pretty good time. Not even really messed with it much. I got it out of the box and the pull starter worked, just wouldn't go back in, but we pulled the cap off and got it freed up to where we can crank the saw now. And this one does have some really good compression. Pro Max 700, this is one of the very last ones made. Has the professional road on top of it. Try to get that in frame for you guys. Has the black case, black covers, has the hex head screws and everything, the rubber coated handle. This one, even all the fins are still in the cover. The only thing that was missing from the saw was the chain brake lever, but we do have one of those put away in a tote somewhere, I think. I'm almost sure I do, but if not, it's no big deal. I have tried to start the saw, it has no spark, so what I was going to do is pull this cover off and see what we find. Saw's really clean, but it's pretty obvious someone's took a pressure washer to it or had it in a parts cleaner, because like anywhere under any of the covers is just like gummed up and black and just fines all in it and just old oil. Just typically what you'd find from a saw this old. Got a really good deal on it. Not even sure if I'll keep it or what I'm going to do with it, because we already have one, but it was kind of a conversion where we put a 700 engine into a 1010 body, which basically is all the same thing anyway. But what I'm going to do is figure out what I need and yank this starter cover off. Okay guys, so I've pulled the cover. It did have a bolt missing. You have to excuse me, those are not hex bolts, they are Torx, which is odd on the Mac, I know, but in the later years they done that. This is one of the last runs of this saw. We took some sandpaper to our flywheel, our coil, took an air hose, blowed everything out. This saw is killer compression. That's all you can do to spin it by hand. What I'm going to do now is put the cover back on it and see if we can get this thing to start. Just nothing sounds like an old Mac idling. Argue with anyone. Got spark on it, simple fix. Thing is missing a bolt up here in the starter cover. I don't think I have one. Might be able to make one. We can just order one later on. Carburetor probably needs rebuilt that was on it. I had a carb over here in a box for a future project I've got coming up, the Pro Max 55. I bought an adjustable carb, but after putting it on this saw I realized that it may or may not work, because that carb is just like this one. Does not have the idle adjustment on the carb. There's ways you can work around that. You can file a little off the butterfly or drill a small hole in it for it to get enough air to idle, but it's kind of a headache pulling the carb on and off to do that. These carbs are not getting easy to find. You'll have anywhere from 25 to 40 bucks in a used one that needs rebuilt if you find an adjustable one. If anybody knows of anything off a later model saw that'll adapt over to it, please let me know. I don't care at all to buy an aftermarket one and put on it. But anyway, we've got a runner. Saw sounds really nice. It's got some funky odors. I swear I think the thing had been pressure washed or run through a cleaner or something. I don't know. There's just water in it everywhere. For some odd reason, somebody's had this tank assembly off and put some kind of glue just around the back half of the tank, which is really odd. I don't know why they would have done that. Fuel tank itself doesn't seem to leak or anything. Fuel line seems to be in good shape. All in all, probably a pretty good old saw. I don't know, we'll make sure it's oil and get a bar and chain on it here in a week or so or sometime and take her out and see how she cuts. But the way it sounds and with the amount of compression it has, there's no doubt in my mind that saw flat out rip. Probably just another good one for the collection. I doubt we'll tear this down and port it. I already have one that's ported. It's a ripper. It's one of them that runs so good I'm afraid to take it out, afraid it's going to throw the connecting rod through the crankcase of the saw. I really don't want that to happen. It's just turned up a little too hot. I leave it rich and it seems to do alright and be safe. But anyway, I figured I'd share this with you guys. It's really cold. Y'all take it easy and have a good one.